I'm gonna show you how to get perfectly smoked ribs every single time. Okay, so let's take the mystery out of making ribs. This is like one of the easiest things on the planet to make, but people seem to have problems with it. One of the things that's gonna help you more than anything is to get this membrane off the rib. So you're gonna see a little piece right at the edge, right down here. Some of it's fat that's up underneath it, but the membrane needs to come off because it's tough and chewy and it makes it feel like it's tough. So you're going to get that with a piece of paper towel, because if you don't use a piece of paper towel, you're never going to get it off. It is so slippery. And then you're going to pull. Look at this. You see that? And you're just going to pull it off and then readjust as you go down. Get that paper towel and you're going to just pull off the membrane. You can see how perfectly this pulls off. Most of your worries are done at this point. Let's get our dry rub ready. Now I'm going to add about the same amount of paprika as sugar. So I have paprika from Romania, and my son-in-law got it for me, and it is going to be so good on these ribs. Okay, so I have about the same amount of paprika as I do sugar, and now I'm going to add and this is about a third a cup, and now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. But as you see, I'm not really measuring that great. It's going to be good. And then I'm going to add same amount of garlic powder as I did onion powder. And then I'm going to add the same amount of cayenne. Yes. Yep, I like it a little spicy. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of dry mustard. So I am good to go. So I'm going to stir all this up. And I save the salt and pepper because I'm going to put the salt and pepper directly on to my slab of ribs because I want to make sure that I get that evenly on here. And so I just like doing it by hand. You can mix it in, but I just prefer to do it like this. And now taking that membrane off, which is super important to do. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit of pepper.
Black pepper is the perfect seasoning for brisket because its bold, earthy flavor enhances the natural taste of the beef, helps create a rich, flavorful bark during the long smoking process, and balances the meat's richness without overpowering it.
I'm just gonna rub that in on the one side and turn over and add it on the meaty side. When we go out to the grill, I'm going to be putting this bone side down in the smoker. So the meat is going to get nice and smoky, and that's just the way I like to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to add the pepper, and I do about half as much pepper as I do salt. All right, rub that in. And then I'm going to take my mixture, and it may not take all of your mixture. And if it doesn't, just put it in a mason jar, put the top on it, and just put it back in the cabinet, and you can use it for the next time that you do ribs or any kind of red meat. Or pork. This is really good on pork too. So I'm just going to sprinkle that across the top. You're just going to use a liberal amount to cover every inch of the ribs. And I like to use one of my hands for sprinkling and one for rubbing it into the meat and getting it evenly distributed. Okay? All right. Now I have my smoker outside. I'm gonna put these straight on the rack. I'm gonna let them go for about 2 hours, uncovered. All right, it is time to go put these on the grill. So the smoker is set at 250. You can see the smoke coming out. I'm gonna just lay these straight in on the racks. We're just gonna leave them in here, let them go. That was smoky. There you go. So now it is time to make the sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna be putting about 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar mixed with a little white wine vinegar. Now I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of ketchup in here. There we go. 2 tablespoons of paprika. 1, 2. 2 of granulated garlic. 1, 2. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1. This is gonna give it really a good smoky flavor, but the smoke is also gonna give it a smoky flavor. I'm gonna do about 1 of pepper and about a half or so of salt. Okay, mix this together. And then I'm gonna put it over the heat and let it simmer and let it kind of get a little jammy. And so that's gonna take about 7 minutes or so, and plus I need the sugar to dissolve. And as soon as I do that, the sauce will be ready to put on top of the ribs when they get ready. Nice and jammy. It's not too jammy. This is more liquidy than I normally do, but this is gonna be so good.
Okay, these ribs are looking good. I'm gonna check the temperature. They've been out here for about 2 hours, so it's time for sure for me to be putting on the sauce. 180 is the temperature right now, so I'm gonna put the sauce on and I'm gonna do it 1 layer thick all over the top. I'm gonna let that caramelize, and I need to do it pretty thin, and then I'm gonna do this 2 more times. And then we'll be ready to put these on the cutting board, let them rest for 30 minutes, and then give them a try. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. So it went for about 30 more minutes. I put the sauce on it twice, and so it's looking really good. And you can see how this is bendy and beautiful, that it is ready. Look at that. Oh, yum.
Our ribs have rested for about 30 minutes. They still are warm. I can feel that, and I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. That is so tender. The taste is absolutely perfect. It has just enough smokiness. The smoke ring around it is absolutely wonderful. It's delicious, it's juicy, it's perfect. And the reason I think that this worked is that at 250 degrees, you're getting just enough heat to get that collagen to break down all of that connective tissue, and it just melts in your mouth. And yet you can get the crust on it. At 225, it's kind of hard to do. And at 275, it is just about impossible. So to me, 250 to smoke it is just right. I think that this is a great meal to put on your table. I can't think of an occasion not to have barbecue ribs.
Thanks for cooking with me today, and just a reminder, you can find the full recipe on my website.